Hello everybody. Once again we are going to understand how to pass the journal entries for forfeiture of shares. But this time we are going to understand how to pass the journal entries for the shares which were originally issued at premium and being forfeited by the company for the non-payment by the shareholder. So here are certain different changes in the journal entries which we will see today. So first change is that along with share capital, your share capital will get debited. Also along with share capital, you are going to write securities premium also on the debit side. Securities premium will get debited if the shareholder has not paid the premium amount. Means two conditions need to be fulfilled. Condition number one, the share is being forfeited and the shareholder has not paid the premium amount. Okay, so we are going to write securities premium at debit. Now you may think, what if the share is being issued at premium but the shareholder has paid the premium? Yes, there is a possibility of this scenario that the shareholder has paid the premium. If the shareholder has paid the premium, then we are not going to write SP on debit. On credit, we will write same way as we had written and in the entries when the shares are being issued at par. So share capital is debited, securities premium is debited, and share forfeiture is being credited. Share forfeiture account will be credited with the amount received by the shareholder and by the company, and calls in arrears. Calls in arrears is that amount which is not being paid by shareholder. Let us understand the same with an example. Let's say there are shares of rupees 10. This is the face value of share. Rupees 2 is premium on share. The company is collecting rupees 2 premium and there are 100 shares held by one shareholders. Now company is asking like this, rupees 2 on application, rupees 5 on allotment, and 5 rupees is including premium. Okay, let's assume this is including premium, and rupees 5 on first and final call. Now let's assume that the shareholder hasn't paid rupees 5 on allotment and also not paid rupees 5 on first and final call. In such case, how will we pass the journal entry for forfeiture of shares? So in this case, we are going to write the entry over here. Rupees 10 multiplied by 100 is the number of share. That is called up amount of share because entire amount is being called. So 10 rupees is the called up value, 1000 we are going to write over here. Here I am going to write 2 rupees multiplied by 100. What is 2 rupees? 2 rupees is allotment money which is not being paid by the shareholder. So 200 is coming over here. Share forfeiture is only rupees 2. He has paid only rupees 2 on application. So 100 multiplied by 2, 200 is coming over here, and 10 rupees multiplied by 100. What is 10 rupees? This is allotment money and first and final call is over here. So we have passed the entry. I am repeating once again. What did we do? We wrote the called up money on share capital account, the amount of premium which is not paid in share securities premium, then share forfeiture account with the amount paid which was only the application money, and calls in arrears is rupees 10 which is for allotment money and first and final call. Now remember one thing, here I don't have to do any segregation of securities premium or share capital. Whatever amount is not being paid, that is written over here. But when we write about share forfeiture, the amount of share forfeiture, there we have to be careful and we have to separate the amount of securities premium. So if any SP is being paid by shareholder, that is to be separated from there, and only the capital amount which is being paid by shareholder has to be written over here. Let me explain you with an example. In the same example, we will make certain changes. Okay, so let's say that here rupees 2 on application is being paid by shareholder and rupees 5 also being paid by the shareholder on allotment. Only the final call is not being paid by shareholder. So what will be the changes? The first change is this: security premium account will not be debited. Why? Because the shareholder has already paid SP. We will not write this, but here will be the change. What will be the changes? In share forfeiture account, if you look over here, you will say, ma'am, he has paid 5 plus 2, 7 rupees, correct? But 7 cannot be returned in front of share forfeiture, because as the law, as the rule says, that share forfeiture account cannot be credited with SP money, because securities premium has very specific 5 uses. Apart from that, it cannot be utilized anywhere else. So it has to be segregated. So 5 plus 2 is 7, but out of 7, 2 rupees is premium. So I would say the shareholder has paid only 5 rupees, not the 7 rupees. So I am going to write over here 5, and what is not being paid is the first and final call, which is obviously 5 rupees. So here I am going to write 500 and 500, and this part is gone completely. Security premium will not be debited. So the entry is going to be like this. So understand, whenever the shares are being issued at premium and then forfeited, you have to look into this, whether the security premium is being paid or no. If the security premium is not paid, then only it is going to be debited. If paid, not debited. If share forfeiture account you are writing, you have to look carefully. If the shareholder has paid the premium amount, in share forfeiture balance, you will deduct that share securities premium, and remaining amount only you will multiply with the number of shares and write. Uncalled scenarios, no such segregation is there. I hope you understood this concept also. In the coming videos, we will understand how do we pass the entries for reissue of shares. Thank you so much and have a great day.